Hi, I'm Shirley, a new indie game developer working on a farming RPG game inspired by Stardew Valley. In this game, you find yourself waking up in an unfamiliar world. As you investigate, you realize you're trapped inside a farming simulator on your computer. To return to reality, you must restore the powers of the world's guardians by growing and offering them mythical crops. Along your journey, you can also participate in various activities such as exploring caves for rare crafting materials, fighting waves of monsters using magic abilities, getting to know the people from this world, participating in holiday events, and customizing your farm. My goal is to create a relaxing and enjoyable game where players can forget about their stress. So far, I've implemented some basic features, and I want to share them in this first devlog video. But before that, let me introduce myself and explain why I decided to become an indie game developer. Last January, I started my first full-time job as a software engineer after obtaining my master's degree in computer engineering. While my job provided a steady income and a good work-life balance, I felt I was lacking passion for what I was doing. And continuing that for 30 more years seemed like a really long time. What really inspired me to become an indie game dev was hearing how Concerned Ape created Stardew Valley entirely by himself. I realized indie game development is a risky but valid career option, and I wanted to spend my time working on something I'm excited about, so I was ready to take a risk. 4 months ago, I started working on my game during my free time. But it was tough because I was usually low on energy after work. Then 2 months ago, I made the switch to working on my game full-time. I decided to implement my game using the Godot engine. Godot is relatively new compared to other common game engines such as Unity and Unreal, but it's completely free and open source, which is great for solo developers with a limited budget like myself. So far, I haven't encountered any serious bugs in Godot. I did run into 2 minor issues, but they had easy workarounds and the fixes are already planned for the next Godot release. Overall, the experience has been pretty good. The first thing I worked on was drawing the player character. I want the character to be customizable with different clothing, accessories, and hairstyles, so I drew and animated different parts of the character separately to ensure they are ordered correctly regardless of customization and facing direction. There are only 2 sets of clothes in the game right now, but I will design more in the future. My plan is to develop all the game systems and mechanics first and make sure everything works together before producing rich content for the game. I also implemented an inventory system with an item hotbar and interactable storage objects. While working on this, I ran into a performance issue where the game lagged if the character picked up too many items at once. This led me to learn about the Godot debugger and profiler, and I was able to locate and fix the issue. I'm planning to improve the usability of the inventory by implementing sorting or batch moving in the future. I've implemented some basic tools that can be used for farming and gathering resources. As the game progresses, these tools can be upgraded for higher efficiency. Once you prepare the soil with your tool, you can start farming. You can plant seeds, water plants daily, and harvest the crops when they're ready. To make farming more meaningful, I'm planning to design a mythical plant encyclopedia. When players gain enough knowledge on ordinary crops by planting and harvesting them, they'll unlock the secrets to growing mythical versions of those crops. These mythical crops provide unique abilities and effects that enhance various aspects of gameplay, such as new combat abilities, increased farm efficiency, or luxury clothing. I've also implemented furniture placement. Personally, I love decorating houses, so I'm excited to design more furniture for the game later. The farmhouse will be upgradable in the game, so more rooms will become available as the game progresses. To make the game more immersive, I added seasons, weather, and a day-night cycle. The weather changes randomly each day, with different probabilities depending on the season. In the future, I want the weather to affect farming in some way. For example, maybe each crop can have a preferred weather to grow in, which affects production quality and quantity. But I'll decide on that later. Lastly, I implemented a save system to store and load game progress. The loading screen looks pretty basic right now, but it will definitely become prettier in the future. For the art style, I'm aiming for a bright and simple aesthetic that matches the cozy atmosphere I want to create for the game. Art is the aspect of game development that I'm least confident about since I don't have much experience, but I've been learning pixel art and hope to improve as I continue working on the game. Working on this game has been a really fulfilling experience, and I've learned so much about game development. There have been many new farming games recently, inspired by the success of Stardew Valley. But I think what made Stardew Valley so special was the amount of care that was put into it, and that's how I want to develop my own game. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas, so please share them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more updates on my development progress. Hopefully, I'll be able to demonstrate a working mining and combat system in the next video. See you next time!